Welcome back to K60 Hotshot Adventures. Kind of on the down season, not a whole bunch of hauling stuff going on lately. Had a couple gigs and whatnot, and a couple direct customer things, but shop is still, shop kind of has its ups and downs. Currently working on here a 97 Jeep Wrangler with the 2.5. Had it on a float charger all night, got his battery all topped off because it's kind of his like home Jeep toy, whatever you want to call it. It sits more than it runs. Has a code for engine coolant temp sensor. I think it's a P0118. Still diagnosing that. Put another code scanner came up with that. Put a Duralast sensor in there. Still getting the code. So next step for that, not reason for this video, I'm gonna trace out the wiring harness and see if there's anything going on there. But the reason for the video, well, along with that, is got this deluxe fuel injection service kit from good old Harbor Freight because I needed to test the fuel pressure on this. And on most of the videos I've seen online, most of the 2.5s and whatever, like lucky me, I don't have the option for a test port in my fuel rail. As in, like, pretty much every video I checked out online doesn't have it because I already have a tool for that. But because it was an older kit, and since I don't have that option on this fuel rail, lucky me, I needed a bigger kit because my kit basically just came with like a gauge and pretty much you can just screw it on a test port. That wasn't working. It's been a few years, so I went and got this kit. It was like 80, 90 bucks. And as life goes on, I needed more, you need more tools. There's never enough tools. Anyway, so it's got all these cool fittings and adapters. And it kind of gives you a little manual. You can kind of look through it. Tells you all the stuff about, this one goes to like an Acura. Tells you, what things are supposed to be used for anyway. See if we can't turn the page. Struggle is real. Anyways, on this here page, numbers 28 and 29 are for Chrysler and Ford. Since unofficially Jeep and Chrysler are unofficially the same thing, even though nothing in here says Jeep. Anyways, moving forward from that. So I pulled out the number 28 and 29, whatever. And those are here, they're like laser etched or something. Basically, you just gotta then look, popped it off, used a little tool here, got that off. So this is this one here, number 28. I'm like looking at it, I'm like, that's about a 3/8. That's way too big. Or is it this one? I think this number 29 is a 3/8. Yeah, it's in comparison to what's here, way bigger. So we'll grab the smaller one. We'll get it all hooked in there and snapped in there, and we'll get the gauge hooked onto this end, and we'll cycle the key a few times. And based on what I could find on Google, I'm looking for somewhere between 40 and 60. I think the average number was like 45 to 53 was kind of the number I was looking for. If I'm not getting that, well then obviously I got an issue with the fuel pump, and that's pretty much most of his runnability issue is a combination between his fuel pump pressure is low, and currently the engine coolant temp sensor, I got to figure out why it's got like a high circuit short or something. Got to figure that out. And basically it runs and drives, but it has no power. It is the old manual 5-speed. Took it for a drive, and yeah, it struggles to get up to speed. So what we're gonna do next, we're gonna get this hooked up, and we're gonna go from there. All right, and it looked basically something like that after I got it hooked up. Threw a little, in my case, I threw a little fluid film on this end so I can slip everything together. Try not to damage any O-rings, and then guess we'll try and prop you up here. See if the camera falls over it. I don't have my tripod right next to me here, but we'll be right back. Alright, we're on a tripod. There we go. Alright, we got 1 key cycle. What are we at here? About 40, maybe about 45. Holding about the same here. One sec. Alright, make sure nothing's in the way of the fan. Not seeing any leaks off the sensor. We're going to go ahead and we're going to fire it up. We're going to see the running pressure. Make sure it's in neutral. Parking brake. Well, that was loud. And it's got a blown exhaust gasket on the back of the manifold. About 45. Alright, well, besides that was loud, for those of you who had headphones on, I was not expecting the fan belt to screech. It hasn't done that one yet. Anyways, overall fuel pressure is about better part of 45 and holding pretty steady. I'm not seeing a whole lot of droppage. So for the most part, the pressure regulator and all that good stuff is holding. So I'm going to Google around a little bit more online, try and see if I can't double check that spec on that pressure, but see if it's supposed to be around the 45-ish here, plus or minus, because if it's supposed to be in the 50s, then yeah, there's an obvious problem there, so more to come. Alright, we're gonna close out this 97 Jeep Wrangler video with 2.5. So we ran the fuel pressure test. I back probed the map sensor. Everything looked fine there. I back probed the coolant temp sensor, which I was still getting a code for. I pulled off the thing. I checked the wire. The thing I did notice for the high circuit was it was on the ground side. So I started checking grounds, and as most manufacturers, they don't have enough grounds, ever. We've got, these janky factory ones. Well, that goes to the back bolt of the manifold, which is the one that's got a blown, and it was loose, so basically there was no connection, because this goes from the hood to like a body bolt to the manifold, so basically this wasn't doing much of anything. You got a ground wire here. It goes to somewhere at the bottom of the block, from what I could find, and then the other one actually loops up and connects to the body. Well, basically, and then I'm like going through checking the resistance on ohming out and whatever with my multimeter. The problem is I'm basically out of spec on the resistance of the ground here. So I'm not getting a good ground connection at this point in this aluminum housing. So I ended up fixed the ground there, and then I added a 10 gauge wire here. You can't really see it, but so I took that, and then there's a spot in here, if we can't, right behind the distributor, there's a bolt that holds your dipstick. So that is where I ran this 10 gauge ground. And then after I did that, I noticed that my resistance here at this plug dropped. So ultimately, fixing the grounds and adding a ground resolved the issue with the engine coolant temp sensor, open circuit, short, whatever you want to call the code, P0118, was because the ground sucked the motor had no ground basically back to the battery. So I doing all that work, so that took care of that, and ultimately that resolved the runnability issue of the Jeep, because it was running. It didn't know, when you're running it, it didn't know that the Jeep was actually heated up. It didn't know you were running it in your operating temperature because it wasn't properly reporting back to the PCM. Now that was all fixed, I took it for a drive, rescanned it, still no codes, and I mean, don't get me wrong, you're not going to win any races here, but it runs good again, other than the blown out exhaust gasket on the back. But runs good. No complaints there. One last thing I got to do on it before I write up the invoice for the guy is I got to fix the gas tank back here. It's totally rotted out. So I'm basically just gonna get some strip metal, because I don't feel like he's like everybody else, are on a budget. I don't think I have any of that particular strip metal, but it's just metal, and it's kind of like this. It's got a whole bunch of holes in it. This is actually a piece of angle with holes in it, but so I gotta go to the store and get some steel. Get that. I'm just gonna go from one side of the tank, wrap it around, throw like a old rubber mat or something in there, and get it patched up. So that closes this out. This is ready to ship back. Charge them, parts and labor, whatever that ends up being. I'll know when I write it up. And then he'll be happy to get back his toy. Thanks for tuning in. This one's done.